today we're going to talk about forms, and let me just share my screen here, and we'll go from there. Let me see our screen. Okay, so forms. So in EDIS, forms is an add-on product. And the intention of forms is to allow users to record information about users without necessarily, about students, without necessarily having to integrate the data from other data sources. So basically forms, it's another way for users to input data into EDIS without requiring an integration. Now, we already discussed another component of EDIS, which is the assessments. And in a way, the custom assessments and the testing engine are also forms of inputting data into EDIS. Now, what's the difference between those, right? So a custom assessment allows the user to create a custom assessment with multiple trials, but they can only enter one data point per custom assessment trial. So basically, it's a collection of multiple trials of a single data point. Now, the testing engine, it's more specialized for testing purposes, where the user can have create multiple questions, bundle those questions into a test, assign that test to a group of students, allow this group of students to take the test, score the test automatically. So it's more advanced and fine-tuned for testing purposes. Now, forms, it's a more generic way of collecting multiple data points. And that's the difference with the custom assessment, where in a custom assessment, you only collect one data point. In the forms, you collect multiple data points. And our districts have forms for pretty much anything. So if you want to have a form to record behavior incidents, you can build one. If you want to have a form to do observations, you can build one. If you want to have a form to do weekly reviews on your students, you can do one. There's forms for recording parent-teacher conferences. There's forms to allow parents to authorize students to go on field trips. They can be forms for anything, right? And they're super easy to use. So, for example, the forms, it's in the Forms tab, right? And if you click here on All Forms, you will see pretty much all the forms that have been created by the district. Anybody can create a form, whether you're a teacher, a school administrator, or a district administrator. You can build forms in EDIS, right? And a form, basically, when you click on it, right, it will just give you, right, different form entries that have been created, right? And then you have the option of clicking on any form entry and seeing the details of a form entry, right? You can also print the form entry. You can edit it, right? So basically, a form collects multiple form entries, right? Now, every form entry, it's also available in the student profile. So any entry that gets created into a form will go into a student profile. So for example, if I go and I click on this student's profile, I should be able to see a forms tab as part of that student profile. And then I will see that observation form in there, right? And if I click on it, I will be able to read the details about that form entry without having to go into the forms product, right? So that's the beauty about EDIS, right? All the products are interconnected to each other, and you can build entries on the forms side and still visualize them on the student profile, right? So going back into the forms, right? So for example, let's create a form together, and it should be really easy to understand what forms do, right? So I'm just gonna add here, I'm gonna call this form weekly student review, right? And then I'm gonna say that this is a form that targets a student. With a form, you can have a free form, you can target a student, you can target an intervention, you can target a user for forms that are targeting teachers, etc. right? So that's your focal point of the, and then I'm going to say this form is intended to evaluate students on a weekly basis, right? So I'm just going to say, for example, if I want this form to be only for elementary students, I can just add tags in here, right? So I can say, for example, elementary, right? And then that means that that form, whenever somebody filters by the tag elementary, it will show up, right? Now, I can also choose whether I want this form to be private, which means that the form can only be modified by whoever created it or whoever has the permissions to be a form administrator. Or if a form is collaborative, that means that different people can edit the form and work on different sections of the form. We'll keep it simple this time around, and we'll just say that the form is private. So I'm just going to go ahead and create it. And if you see here, because I said that the focal point of the form is a student, that means that I have a student field, right? And this field, it's mandatory. I cannot remove it, right? It is required because I said that this form is a student form, right? So what I can do now is I can just start adding fields into my form. And you will see here that if you have ever used Google Forms in the past, or if you have used Typeform or any other forms product out there, it's very similar, right? Where you have a form, you can add your fields into a form, and you have different field types, right? And I encourage you to explore all the different field types in EDIS, but there's a lot of them, right? Including one specific field type that is really important, which is a data point. And we're going to cover that in a second. So let's say, for example, that this form will have a school year, right? So what I want to do here is I want to choose, let's say, a drop down, right? And then I'm going to name this the school year, right? And then I'm just going to type in like 2023, 24, 2024, 25, 2025, 26. So if you see here, I can keep adding if I wanted to, right? And now I'm just going to say that this field is required, right? So what do I mean? Like sometimes you can have a field be optional. That's very standard with any form product out there. Now we do want to say that this field is required because we don't want to allow the same form to be entered. We don't want forms that don't have a school year field. So I'm just going to go in here, right? And then I'm going to add another field, and I'm going to name this field the week, right? So I'm just going to say here that, let's say, let me keep it simple, and I'm going to say that this is a number, right? And I'm just going to say week number, right? And then I'm going to say that this is a minimum of 1 and a maximum of, let's say, 50, right? And I'm going to say that this field is also required. So what it means now is that I'm going to have a form, right? I'm going to have to enter the school year that I'm evaluating the student, and I'm going to have to enter which week, right? I'm evaluating the students. And that's why, it's the name suggests it's a weekly student review. So I'm just going to keep going, right? And I'm going to say, just to keep it very simple, right? Let me say that I want that, whenever I bring up the student, right, I want to have the date of birth populate automatically, right? And that's very easy because in order for me to do that, I can choose a data point as the field type, and I can click on select data point. And what it brings is it brings the same data points library that I showed in the custom reports. So now, instead of visualizing this as a column of a custom report, I can actually import that field automatically into a form, right? So I'm just going to select here. Let me narrow it down by demographic data points, and I'm just going to go ahead and select the student's date of birth, right? So if you see here, I have the student's date of birth in here, right? So if I click done, right, this field will be entered automatically. And now I'm just going to keep adding a few fields in here. So I'm just going ahead and say that I want to include I want to evaluate how the student is doing on English and language arts, right? And I'm going to keep it very simple, right? I'm going to choose, let me see, a multiple choice, right? And then I'm going to have here the ELA rating for English and language arts, right? And I'm just going to say here, right, below expectations, I'm going to say here, approaching expectations. I'm going to say here, meeting expectations. And then I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to add a new option here, and I'm going to say here, exceeding expectations. Right, and I'm going to say that it is required that I have to evaluate the student on ELA. If I click here, you see what it builds is it builds a collection of radio buttons, right? And I can only choose one, right? Now, if I want to do the same for math, right? I'm not just going to go ahead and type everything all over again. So there's this shortcut that I can use, and it's the duplicate field. So I can actually go ahead and click on duplicate, right? It's going to be very easy. And then if you see here, it duplicates the field for me, and I can just say math, right? And I'm going to say done. And then I'm going to add one more for, let's say, behavior, right? So let me just go ahead and click here, behavior, right? And then I'm going to click done. So now if you see, I'm collecting the student, the school year, the week, the date of birth, it will show up automatically. ELA, math, and behavior ratings. And then I'm going to want to do another field here, right? To just have like a paragraph here. And I'm just going to say notes, right? And I'm just going to say that they are optional, right? So type in optional, right? And I'm going to say that they're not required, right? If you see here, it builds this little paragraph in here. And now if I want to keep it a little fancy, right, I'm just going to add a new field in here just to show you what capabilities I can do with EDIS forms. I'm just going to say that it needs a signature, right? And I'm just going to say signature, right? And then I'm going to say that signature is required. So if you see here, it builds a signature pad for me. And now that I have my form already built, I'm just going to go ahead and save it, right? And when I click on save, now I have a form built, but I have no entries, right? So I can do a lot of things with this form, right? I can go here into the form. I can share the forms with other people, right? So that they can enter information. And entering data, it's super easy, right? I just have to go into the forms, right? And I click on, let's say, that weekly review. So I'm going to search for the form that I just built, right? Weekly student review, right? And just I'm going to click on the options and click filling new entry. And if you see here, it builds the entry for me, and I can just start typing, right? So I can say, for example, here I can type in a student name, and now it'll pre-populate the student, right? So it doesn't allow me to make a mistake, where if the system is disconnected from your data, you can actually make a mistake in typing an incorrect student ID, or you don't remember the student ID at the time, right? Or you have to go and find it on another system. So EDIS is saving you a lot of time, making you more productive by just linking it directly to the student. So that's why you get when you say that the student is a student form, right? I'm just going to select here a school year, right? I'm just going to say 24-25. And I'm just going to say, let's say week 4, right? And I'm going to say, you know what? The student is meeting expectations on ELA. It's exceeding expectations on math, right? But it's approaching expectations on behavior, right? And then in my notes, I can write, you know, ELA and math are solid, right? We still have work to do on classroom distractions. Right, so I'm just adding a note here, and I can actually, as a teacher, I can just, you know, sign the entry. So if I submit it, right, now that entry becomes part of the form. So now whenever I click on the form, I'll be able to actually see the entry that was filled out in here, right? I can click on the entry number, and it brings me a nice, you know, like pop-up with the form details. I can go ahead and send it to the printer, right? So there's a lot of things that I can do with it. But the goal also is that I can actually take here and click on the student, and I can go under forms, and I should be able to see that weekly student review form. There you go. There it is, right? So I don't have to actually go under form. Now, as more and more students get entered into this form, right? Let me just find that form again. As more and more students enter this form, you can actually go here and filter, right? So you can say, hey, show me the filter, and you can say, hey, you know what? Give me all the forms that have been done between weeks 1 and week 10, right? Where the student was either below expectations or approaching expectations on behavior for the 2024-25 school year. And I can actually filter, and if you see here, that same entry is going to show up in here. So this allows you to go and work with different users in the organization and say, hey, you know what? Let's see in the last 4 weeks which students have done well in math and poor in ELA. So you can find any type of filters that you want just to get to the information that you need, right? So there's a lot of more things that I can do with forms. For example, I can upload data automatically into the form. So if I have like a CSV file that has been already populated with a bunch of entries, and I can just want to put it in EDIS, right? I can just build the form in EDIS, and I can click on upload, and I can import all that data into EDIS automatically. I also have options to entering multiple form entries at the same time with a matrix. And the last thing I wanted to mention is that forms is also connected to RTI, to the interventions. So you can use data that's coming from forms to visualize it in the interventions and to do progress monitoring. And you can also use data from the forms and visualize it in the custom reports as columns. So if you see here, all the things are interconnected to each other. So that's Forms. Just to do a brief recap of it, right? Forms, it's an add-on product in EDIS, right? The difference between Forms and something like the custom assessments is that in custom assessments, you can only enter one data point at a time. And the difference between Forms and something like the testing engine is that the testing engine is a more advanced system for testing purposes, right? And the Forms allow you to collect multiple data points at the same time, right? And you can build unlimited forms, right? And have unlimited entries on those forms. Forms have a variety of usage, right? Anywhere from progress monitoring students to using it for observations of teachers to do entries into interventions. There's all kinds of forms that are districts build in EDIS, right? It's very easy to build forms, right? You just have to create form and add the fields that you want. It's very easy to enter information into forms, and all the entries that are collected as part of the forms are visualized in the student profile. They can also serve as data sources for interventions, and they can also be visualized in custom reports through columns. So they are available in your data points library. So that's Forms in EDIS. I'll see you on the next video.